It's January 21st, and the strange side of history awaits. Today, we have a nuclear disaster narrowly avoided, a king reduced to a body in a basket, and a gateway to new life that became a place of fear. Let's begin. On January 21st, 1968, beneath the frozen darkness of the Arctic sky, a routine Cold War mission turned into a silent catastrophe. A U.S. Air Force B-52 bomber was circling Greenland as part of Chrome Dome, a program designed to keep nuclear weapons airborne at all times, ready for the war that never came. Inside the aircraft were 4 hydrogen bombs. Without warning, a fire broke out in the cabin. As smoke filled the plane, the crew ejected into the polar night. Moments later, the unmanned bomber slammed into the sea ice of the North Star Bay, shattering on impact, but the nuclear bombs did not detonate. But their conventional explosions did, tearing apart and scattering radioactive material across the ice. For 9 months, the massive cleanup operation scraped contaminated snow into hundreds of sealed containers. Officials claimed that the danger was contained, but decades later, declassified documents told a darker story. 3 bombs were accounted for, 1 was not. A critical nuclear component, heavy, radioactive, and never recovered, was believed to have sunk beneath the ice and into the ocean. Decades later, officials insist that the danger is gone, but somewhere beneath the Arctic ice, a part of the Cold War may still be waiting. On January 21st, 1793, a cold fog clung to the streets of Paris as the fate of the king was sealed. Just after dawn, King Louis XVI was led through the crowds to Revolution Square. Nearly 20,000 people stood frozen in place, watching as thousands of years of monarchy walked towards a single blade. The air was heavy, not with celebration, but with something darker, anticipation. At the scaffold, Louis tried to speak. He declared himself innocent, and he forgave those who condemned him. He said he hopes his death will bring peace to France. But before his final words could reach the crowd, the drums thundered across the square, deliberately drowning out the voice of the dying king. At 10:22 a.m., the executioner released the guillotine, and in an instant, it was over. And from the crowd, "Long live the Republic," echoed as some spectators dipped their handkerchiefs in the king's blood. The execution shattered Europe's sense of order. It pushed the French Revolution into its darkest chapter, the Reign of Terror. The king was gone, but the violence had only begun. France would soon learn that revolutions rarely stop with one execution. On January 21st, 1910, a quiet island in San Francisco Bay opened its doors not to welcome newcomers, but to confine them. Angel Island Immigration Station stood in stark contrast to Ellis Island. It was not a gateway, but a holding place, built to enforce race-based immigration laws. It was designed to isolate Asian immigrants, especially the Chinese, far from the city they could see but not reach. Men, women, and children were locked inside wood barracks and subjected to relentless interrogations. Officials asked hundreds of precise questions about villages, homes, and even number of steps leading to the front door, searching for lies in a system known as the Paper Sun era. A single, inconsistent answer could mean deportation. Some detainees were held for weeks, others years. In their despair, they carved poems into the wall, verses of sorrow, rage, and fragile hope, etched into the walls like deep scars. In 1940, a fire shut the station down. The station burned, but the stories didn't. They're still carved into the walls, waiting for someone to read them. Another day, another strange bite from history. Like, comment, and subscribe. Your next eerie dose is just a day away.